We humans have been struggling with conflicts, envy, insecurities, hatred, endless desires, unhealthy competitions, political conflicts, conflicts in our relationships, feelings of inadequacy and inferiority, as well as the feelings of superiority. All of these problems have existed since the very beginning of our species. If you were to ponder over the one thing, the one root cause behind most of these problems, I think many of us would agree that ego is in some way, shape or form the one denominator behind most of the problems humans have faced and continue to face to this day, even after all the intellectual development that we have gone through, all the wars that have been fought, all the oppression people have faced, all the unequal distribution of wealth, all the exploitation of resources, all the political and intellectual conflicts that have divided us. Even in our personal and professional lives, so many dreams, relationships, creativity, and the sheer amount of untapped potentials that have been sacrificed for the sake of ego. Our ego constantly craves attention and power in some way. Sometimes it fulfills those needs by posting the highlights of our lives on social media, our perfectly curated pictures selected from the dozens that we have captured. It wants people to see how well it is doing, how much it is succeeding, how good it looks in that particular outfit. In essence, it wants to show the world how worthy it is of their respect, or at least their momentary attention. It doesn't want to surrender to the fact that it knows very little, that it's very weak and fragile. It doesn't want to come face to face with the reality that it is going to turn to dust someday, along with all its wants and desires. It is arrogant, it is self-absorbed, it is the hero in its own story, and strangely, it is also the victim in that same story. Admitting mistakes, admitting that it has been wrong, is like chewing glass for the ego. Sorry is a forbidden word in ego's dictionary. Proving a point is its favorite hobby. Sometimes it fulfills its cravings for power and attention by trying to dominate someone, by being controlling, by manipulating someone, by invading somebody's privacy, by crossing someone's boundaries, and by simply imposing itself onto other people. It wants credit, it sure loves praise, it seeks recognition, and it hungers for fame. The ego is the biggest obstacle that stops the divine inspiration to flow through us. Ego is what stops us from reaching self-actualization. It is what keeps us from realizing our purpose. It is what keeps us in a constant state of delusion, far away from the truth. It doesn't want us to realize the truth. Truth is what threatens the existence of ego. It feeds off of our ignorance and thrives in our delusion. It doesn't want us to have any control over our desires and emotions, because if we are in control of our desires and emotions, we would have control over our ego. And the ego hates that, of course. It wants absolute freedom to do whatever it wills, to be whatever it wants. It doesn't like discipline and balance. It loves to wreak havoc, and it loves extremes. It creates chaos and self-sabotage to distract you from your higher purpose and meaning, because the day you realize that your purpose on this earth is bigger than yourself, and the meaning of your life is greater than you have ever imagined, that day will be the death of ego.